It's time for Dodger Baseball. Live from AT&T Park in San Francisco, Sportsnet LA presents the Dodgers as they take on the San Francisco Giants. Hi, everybody, and a very pleasant Saturday evening to you, wherever you may be. 15th meeting of the year between the two clubs, and the Giants have an edge. They've won 8 of the 14. For the Giants, they're in high gear. They not only have won 4 in a row, they've won 10 straight here at home at AT&T Park, and 13 of the last 16 games. That has driven them to within 1 game of the lead held by the Dodgers. Tonight, the pitching matchups, Tim Hudson of San Francisco will go on the mound. Interesting thing about Tim, he is 9-10 against the league, 6-4 lifetime against the Dodgers. But more importantly, in 17 years, he has never had a losing record. And he goes in, as we said, 9-10 tonight. For the Dodgers, perfecto. That would be Zach Greinke within the Western Division. He is 9-0 against the West, and he is 3-0 lifetime against the Giants. Of course, after this big series, Clayton Kershaw tomorrow, Yusmeiro Petit, the club goes on the road. They'll head for Colorado and Chicago, and then Monday, the 22nd, another collision again with the Giants. We'll have the ball game coming up right after this. You may be. We're at AT&T Park on a gorgeous summer's evening at about a couple of minutes past 6 o'clock, and the Giants and the Dodgers ready to go after each other yet again. This is the 15th meeting. D. Gooden is already in the box, and Tim Hudson, who actually came out on the field with Buster Posey a little early, is ready to go. And the first pitch in for a strike, and the count 0-1. Tim Hudson, 6'1", 175, a Georgia boy who settled in Alabama, and the right-hander into his windup. The strike one pitch on the way off the plate, and the count 1-1 strike. So D. Gordon trying to do what he does so well, start something offensively for the Dodgers, hitting .288, 2 home runs, 30 runs batted in, and 59 stolen bases. 1-1 pitch on the way. D looks at a strike, and the count 1-2. Gordon did not play last night. He has a modest 6-game hitting streak. Against right-hand pitching, he's hitting .286 with 2 home runs. Hudson turns, ready, and the 1-2 pitch swung on and missed, and down goes Gordon. So 1 out, and the batter now will be Yasiel Puig. Quick look at the Dodger lineup. No dramatic changes. Gordon, Puig, and Gonzalez. Kemp, Ramirez, and Crawford. Uribe, Ellis, and Greinke. Yasiel Puig, who has a home run in the past against Tim Hudson, was 1 for 3 with a walk last night. Puig hitting .291, 13 home runs, 60 runs batted in. Hudson turns, no big windup, comes to the plate, and is promptly hit into left center field for a base hit. So Puig hits the bag. He's going to go for 2. The throw in. He is safe. Yasiel Puig decides to light a little fire on his ball club, and on a single to left center, he never stopped. However, Bruce Bochy is on his way out there, and we'll see if we have a review. Ball hit into left center. Pagan came over to pick it up. Puig just kept on going, and the throw was a little offline, and Yasiel held first, a belly whopper into second base. So Bochy talking to the second base umpire, Doug Edwards. He was right there to make the call. Meanwhile, in the dugout, they're on the phone, and the answer is no, thumbs down. He was in there safely. So Puig does what he does when he is doing it, and that is an extremely exciting ball player. And with 1 out, he turns a single into a leg double. And the batter now will be Adrian Gonzalez. So the Dodgers get a little lift on a very close play at second base. And now Gonzalez coming up trying to pick him up. Adrian shut down by Bumgarner, but he has struggled against left-handers hitting less than 200. But he's hitting .305 against right-hand pitching. Takes in the dirt. Nice block by Posey. 1 ball and no strikes. Adrian has 21 of his 23 home runs hit against right-hand pitching. He's also done exceptionally well with 2 home runs, hitting .435 against Tim Hudson. So the Dodgers trying to get the jump on the Giants and reverse the roles of last night. 1 ball and no strikes. The next pitch instead, Hudson backs off the rubber. With a left-hand hitter out, Brandon Crawford up the middle, so he's almost directly behind Puig, trying to cut down his lead. In right field, Joe Panik is a good 10 feet. Otherwise, the outfield straight away, if anything, pinching the middle. The 1-0 pitch on the way. Hudson very deliberate. Now comes to the plate off speed for a strike, and the count 1-1. Tim Hudson, an interesting character. First of all, in a 17-year career, Tim Hudson has never had a losing season. Right now, he has 9 wins and 10 losses. At AT&T of late, he is 0-4 and an earned run average of about 5. 1-1 pitch off the plate, ball 2. Hudson's last victory was June the 12th, so he's been laboring a bit. And we have some baseball notes on him to pass along. He gives up a lot of hits to left-hand batters, 98 hits to left-hand hitters. 2-1 the count to Adrian Gonzalez. Breeze blowing, well, swirling around a bit. 2-1 pitch. Adrian swing, shot up the middle, but that's where Crawford played him and makes the throw to first. Puig advancing to third, but that was a perfect setup for the Giant infield. And with 2 down, we might as well take a look at them defensively. Ishikawa at first, Panik at second, Crawford short, Sandoval third, and the outfield Blanco, Pagan, and Pence Posey behind the plate. Matt Kemp, who has a home run against Hudson, coming up to the plate. Matt had his 16-game hitting streak shut down, 4 ground balls. And by the way, Hudson is very much of a ground ball pitcher. To get into the math, it's almost 2-to-1 ground balls to fly balls. So Kemp trying to pick up Puig, and the first pitch low, ball 1. As we always do with a runner at third, we check, and Hudson has 2 wild pitches. So Tim trying to get out of a little tough inning here. Named to his 4th All-Star team this year. The 1-0 pitch on the way. Kemp swings, whacks it down the left field line in the corner. That scores Puig, and Matt is on his way easily to second base. So the Dodgers get the jump in the first inning. Puig's daring do, and then the line drive double by Matt Kemp. So 1-0 Dodgers here in the first inning. And the batter will be Hanley Ramirez. And boy, Kemp really drilled that fastball. The Puig scores, and the batter now Hanley Ramirez. Couple of doubles give the Dodgers one. Ramirez last night doubled, hit by a pitch, flied to left. Well, he was 1 for 2, and Matt Kemp now trying to take the lead. Light breeze now blowing out from left to right towards the water in right field. Hanley takes a strike, and the count 0-1. The breeze swirls around. In fact, the flags fool you. If you look to right field, it's going out. Now in center field, the flags go every which way as it swirls around. That was one of the big problems all the outfielders had at Candlestick Park. You just couldn't figure out the direction of the wind. The strike 1 pitch fouled away. The temperature here at the start of the game, 65 degrees. It was 64 degrees last night. So it's a heat wave up here. And plenty of blue mixed in with the black and orange, that's for sure. No balls and 2 strikes the count. No balls, 2 strikes, and Hanley back in waiting for Hudson. With 1 out, Puig turned a single into a double, and with 2 out, Kemp doubled him home. 1-0 Dodgers. Hudson ready. Tim delivers. Big breaking ball down and away. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Tim Hudson trying to work his way out of a jam here. Slows everything down for the moment. Tim set at the belt. 29-year-old right-hander ready, and the 1-2 pitch fastball that's hit down the right field line. This is a repeat for the West Coast. This is what the Giants did last night, using a couple of doubles in the first inning. And the Dodgers now with 3 doubles now lead 2-0 in the first inning, and Carl Crawford will be coming up. So Matt Kemp is cashed in. So Puig, Kemp, and Ramirez all double, and the Dodgers get the jump, leading 2-0. The batter will be Carl Crawford, and for Hanley, 31 doubles this year. So here is Crawford, who's been blazing hot, hitting .289, 9 for 12 in the last 3 games against San Diego. And the pitch to him, good breaking ball for a strike, and the count 0-1. Crawford had a little 3-game hitting streak. Had a 4-hit game last game against San Diego. So Tim Hudson, who is struggling and not doing well here at all in AT&T Park. Strike 1 pitch, ground ball in the hole. That's going to go through. They're going to wave Ramirez in, and Hunter Pence can't make a play, and the Dodgers lead 3-0. I will be darned. This is almost the same as last night. Only a different color uniform is racking up the runs. So 3 doubles and a single. Crawford continues his hot hitting. Hanley Ramirez scoring without a play. Pence realized he should just throw the ball into second base. So with 1 out, Puig took a single and turned it into a double. With 2 out, Kemp doubled him in. Ramirez then doubled in Kemp, and Crawford has just singled in Ramirez. So for Bochy and company, they're down 3-0 in the first inning, and Juan Uribe at the plate. Throw to first. Crawford just does get back. Carl Crawford, just part of his game, has stolen 22 bases, 22 out of 28. So Hudson, right-hander who's pushed around a little here in the first inning, now set at the belt. Another look over at Crawford, and the pitch to Uribe backs him away, ball 1. Back on the 27th of July, the Dodgers and the Giants were tied for first place. Then by August the 13th, the Dodgers were leading the Giants by 5.5 games. And here they are in the middle of September, 1 game separating them. Today, tomorrow, and 3 more at Dodger Stadium yet to come. High foul ball chopping up along third base. 1 ball and 1 strike to count. A couple of more notes on Tim Hudson. The Giants, when Hudson starts, have a pretty good chance of winning. They've won 17 times in games he has started. He's had tough losses, 7 of them. He's also had losses saved by the offense 5 times. And he had wins that were lost. So the scales have balanced out for him. And he has 9 wins and 10 losses. Ishikawa makes a nice save on a low throw to first. 3-0 Dodgers in the first inning. Blue skies overhead at AT&T Park. Dodgers trying to win their 7th of 15 meetings against San Francisco. Hudson 6-4 lifetime against the Dodgers. Tim Reddy in the 1-1 pitch, and that's low. 2-1 the count. Did you ever hear of pitchers throwing with their eyes closed? Well, at one time, a minor league pitching coach named Rick Peterson believed, like you've heard of golfers putting with their eyes closed, he believed they should pitch with their eyes closed in the bullpen, of course. So that was part of the concentration he learned from a minor league pitching coach. Slider hit in the hole. It's going to go into left field. Stopping at second base is Crawford, and the Dodgers are going to send their 8th man to the plate in A.J. Ellis. Uribe's ground ball just did get by Sandoval and Crawford, and now Dave Righetti going out there trying to figure out what in the world is wrong with Tim Hudson. 3 runs, 5 hits for the Dodgers. 3 doubles by Puig, Kemp, and Ramirez. We have a moment, you know, both teams still play other teams. For instance, the Giants, as Tim Lincecum goes to the bullpen, the Giants have played San Diego 12 times, and they have split the 12. They also will play Arizona, and they've won 11 of 16 from Arizona. If you add it up, Bochy's boys have won 17 and 11 against the teams they will finish up with outside of the Dodgers. The Dodgers play Colorado and Chicago. They are 9-4 against Colorado, 1-2, however, against the Cubs. So the Dodger record is 10-6. Meanwhile, Ellis takes ball 1. So those are games besides these head-to-head collisions that are going to decide who's going to wind up winning the National League West. 3-0 Dodgers first inning. A.J. hitting 185, and the Dodgers with Crawford and Uribe out on the lines. Hudson set the 1-0 pitch. Breaking ball swung on and missed. Little slider, and the count 1 ball, 1 strike. Ellis checking with the plate umpire. Was that a strike? And got the answer yes. Adam Hamari is the plate umpire. Eddings, Rayburn, and Blazer working the lines. 1 ball and 1 strike. Ellis has a look at another strike, and the count 1-2. Difference from last night is the fact the veteran umpire, the senior umpire, Jim Joyce, is not here. No explanation. They just have the change. So 1-2 to count. Hudson trying to find not only daylight but escape from the tunnel. And the Dodgers trying to add to a 3-0 lead. Ellis waiting. Hudson set. The 1-2 pitch swung on, hit in the air to center. Pagan is coming up. It's going to go off his glove. Scoring easily is Crawford. Stopping at third is Uribe. And now it is a repeat for the West Coast, as the Dodgers, who gave up 4 runs in the first inning last night, have now repaid the favor and scored 4 in the first inning against the Giants. So Ellis, fly ball single. I'm not sure what happened to Angel Pagan. He certainly didn't get a jump on the ball. When he realized it, he made a dive. It went up the tips of his glove for a base hit. So here is Greinke with first and third 2 out, and the Dodgers leading 4-0. Exactly the way it was last night. Amazing. So Greinke checking in at the plate. Right-hand batter, as you know. Hudson's fastball is low. Ball 1-0. Greinke has 9 hits, 1 RBI. He is certainly a contact hitter. Strikes out maybe 10% of the time. So Hudson still has his hands full. 1 ball and no strikes to Zack Greinke. The 1-0 pitch on the way is taken low. Ball 2-0. Another sellout crowd, but not the euphoric sellout crowd we had last night in the first inning. This one's down, at least for the moment. So 4-0 Dodgers in the first inning, and a 2-ball no strike count to Zack Greinke. Hudson ready. 2-0 pitch taken off the plate. Ball 3. Crowd, at least for the moment, almost in shock, not to mention the feelings of Bruce Bochy. 3 balls and no strikes to Zack Greinke. Hudson ready and delivers a strike. So if you missed it, Gordon struck out. Puig doubled on what was normally a single. Gonzalez grounded out. Kemp then doubled in Puig. Ramirez doubled in Kemp. Crawford single home Ramirez, with Uribe getting a base hit. Ellis single to cash in Crawford, and Greinke now fouls the pitch back. So the Dodgers, like the Giants last night, jumping out to a 4-0 lead. Final game of the series tomorrow, and that will be Clayton Kershaw and Yusmery Petit. Madison Bumgarner, who got 4 in the first inning, now realizes Greinke's got 4 in his bank. 3-2. Ellis ready to go from first, and the pitch is fouled away. Zack Greinke last year at one stage had an on-base percentage of .426, and last year, for a while, he was a .328 hitter. So we do know he can hit. This for Hudson will be his 32nd pitch of the first inning. 3-2. Ellis goes. Greinke swings and misses, and the inning is over. But not before the Dodgers come up with 4, and it started with Puig. Yasiel hits a single to center and runs it for a double. Kemp doubles him in. Ramirez doubles. Crawford single. Uribe singles. Ellis singles, and the Dodgers are off and running, leading 4-0. with the Dodgers leading 4-0 and a picture of Bruce Bochy on the screen and television. I'm thinking to myself, if I'm Bochy, I'm saying we're down 4-0 and we get Kershaw tomorrow. But right now, let's look at Bruce's lineup, and it'll be Pagan followed by Panic at second and Posey the catcher, Sandoval at third, Pence in right, Blanco in left, Ishikawa, who homered last night, at first base, Brandon Crawford, who had a good night last night, and then Tim Hudson. On the mound for the Dodgers, Zach Greinke. He allowed 4 hits, 7 scoreless innings, and won an 8-1 game up here the end of July. Struck out 10 in that game and walked only 1. He is 3-0 in 5 career starts against San Francisco, and Angel Pagan will start it off. Pagan looks at a strike, and we're underway. 0-1. Angel hitting .304, 3 home runs, 27 runs batted in, 0 for 4 last night. He did have a walk and a stolen base. No balls and 1 strike. Greinke over the top fastball, line drive down the right field line, going into the corner. Pagan his way into second base, and he has a double to open it up. So Zach Greinke gives up the double to Angel Pagan as the Giants try to dig out from under a 4-0 deficit. Fastball right down the middle, and Pagan was not about to let that get away. Pulled it into the right field corner. So the center fielder is at second base. For Pagan, that would be his 21st double. So Pagan at second, Panic, Posey, and Sandoval coming up. Joe Panic has been a great story for the Giants, and the rookie takes a strike. 0-1. From Yonkers, New York, went to school at St. John's University. He was a first-round pick only 3 years ago, and here he is hitting .313 in the big leagues. No balls and 1 strike to Joe. Greinke delivers high and away, and a 1-ball, 1-strike count. The Gigantes, meaning Giants, of course. The last 2 weeks almost, they've been blazing hot with a runner in scoring position, hitting .378. Last night, they were better than that, 6 for 13. This one is hit in the air to shallow left center. Puig is there to make the catch, and Pagan has nowhere to go. So 1 away, and Buster Posey coming up. When you look at Buster Posey, you realize just what he has done since the All-Star break. Denard Span with 76. Buster Posey and Ben Revere of the Phillies each have 71 hits. Josh Harrison of Pittsburgh 70. Christian Yelich 68 from Miami. So here he is, Buster Posey, and Greinke going head-to-head with him now. And we'll just check the book and see about Posey versus Greinke. Posey hitting .286, 4 for 14. Pagan a cautious lead at second, and the pitch to Posey down and away, ball 1. So Buster, in the Sandlot terminology, has been unconscious. Buster checking for a moment with Tim Flannery. Giants have really been on a tear. They won 10 straight at home. 1-0 pitch, down and away, ball 2. Giants have a 4-game winning streak, and for that matter, they've won 13 of their last 16 games. In fact, if you want to go back to August the 16th into today, the Giants are 19-7. Greinke leading 4-0, set at the belt. 2-0 pitch to Posey, swung on, a hopper into right field. Kemp charging it, rounding third is Pagan. Throw to the plate is in time to get him. Matt Kemp throws an arrow to A.J. Ellis, who tags out Angel Pagan. I'm not sure if it has anything to do with it, but the Giants wet down their infield more than just about any other ball club. They've always done that, and maybe it's to slow down D. Gordon, just as they did it years ago at Candlestick to slow down Maury Wills. And it looked like Pagan just could not get enough traction and was out by a lot on a single to right. An ace throw by Matt Kemp, who first blew a bubble with his bubble gun before unleashing the throw. Perfect throw, perfect tag, and for the Dodgers, a perfect out. 5 assists for Matt. They don't usually run much on him. And here's Pablo Sandoval, switch hitter, batting left-handed. Greinke's pitch down and away. So Posey gets a base hit, but loses an RBI. Matt Kemp, A.J. Ellis. Sandoval, 16 home runs, and a switch hitter, very dangerous as he chops one back to the mound. The feed to first by Greinke, and that's it. So for the Giants, no runs, 2 hits, and a man thrown out at the plate by Matt Kemp. And at the end of an inning, 4-0 Dodgers. Nothing, and with a soft track, Angel Pagan thrown out by Matt Kemp. It can't be by accident. I understand you would wet down the infield when the wind was blowing, but it really is a slow track out there, and it worked in favor of the Dodgers. And yet you have to think the reason that it's so wet compared to the mound, let's say in the bullpen, is to slow down somebody like a Carl Crawford and especially a D. Gordon, who didn't get on base in the first inning when he struck out. First pitch, line drive off the glove of a leaping Ishikawa. Gordon around first and holding. So Gordon a bullet off Ishikawa's glove, and the Dodgers going right after Hudson again. And the batter will be Yasiel Puig. So line drive, Ishikawa unable to grab it, and Yasiel Puig, who lit the fire, turning a single into a double in the first inning, and the Dodgers responded with 5 more hits and 4 runs. Now we'll see what Gordon does against Hudson. D in pursuit of his 60th stolen base. Tim Lincecum again going down to the Giant bullpen. 4-0 Dodgers. Gordon at first. Lincecum, who did so very well coming out of the bullpen in the past, started the year again in the starting role, and once again has been sent to the bullpen. So Puig waits. Hudson looks down the barrel to get a sign. Now Tim set at the belt. Veteran right-hander delivers, and the pitch is low. Ball one, 1-0. Yasiel hitting .292, 13 home runs, 60 RBIs. Has a look down to Lorenzo Bundy for the moment. Hudson does a very good job against right-hand batters coming into this game anyway. Throw to first. Gordon diving back on the bag. Left-hand hitters have hurt Hudson a great deal, but not right-handers. One thing you can pound on with Hudson, he's always right around the plate. He's not a strikeout pitcher, but he doesn't walk very many. Puig taking his time out of the box now, gets back in. 1 ball and no strikes. Right-hand batters hitting in the 240s against Hudson. And the 1-0 pitch. Puig gets a line drive base hit into left center. Gordon is around second, on his way to third. He'll make it without a play. So the Dodgers are right after Hudson again. First and third, nobody out, with Gonzalez, Kemp, and Ramirez coming up. For Bochy on the steps and now making his way. Doesn't take much to convince a manager when you give up 4 runs and 8 hits in 1 inning plus. So that'll do it for Tim Hudson. And again, remember, he hasn't won since the 12th of June. He is 0-4, an ERA of 5 here at AT&T Park. And the veteran right-hander who has not had a losing season in 17 years is Chase. The applause might be partly for Hudson, but it's also welcome to Tim Lincecum, and we'll be right back. Here in San Francisco, and well, he should be. He's won 2 Cy Young awards, but from a premier year, Lincecum has now been sent to the bullpen. And you're talking about a man who never won 20 games, but he was an 18-game winner in 2008 and a 16-game winner in 2010. So Lincecum, who was brilliant in the postseason in relief in 2012, he worked 13 innings. He gave up 1 run and struck out 17. So Hudson has his worst game of the year, made 35 pitches in 1 inning plus, and goes out. Made only 3 pitches in the second inning, and the off-speed pitch is high to Gonzalez. 1 ball and no strikes. So it's a new look now with Lincecum on the hill and Hudson gone. Adrian trying to pick up Gordon from third. Dodgers lead 4-0. Tim ready and delivers, and there's a line drive base hit into center. Gordon jogs in. Stopping at second base is Puig, and the Dodgers lead 5-0 as Gonzalez drives in a run with a bullet into center field. So the Dodgers really come out hitting tonight. 9 hits in 1 inning plus. That run is charged to Hudson, and Puig at second base is also his responsibility. So the batter now, Matt Kemp. Kemp doubled in the first inning to drive in Puig. Then he scored on a double by Ramirez, and then he threw Angel Pagan out at the plate for good measure. Lincecum set, Tim ready and delivers. Fastball in for a strike, and the count 0-1. In looking at Tim Lincecum working against Matt Kemp, Matt hitting in the 200s against him. Andre Ethier has 2 home runs against Lincecum, and Hanley Ramirez has a home run against him. 2 on, nobody out. 5-0 Dodgers, and the pitch foul back by Met. So here we are in the second inning, and there are only 2 Dodgers. No, only 1 without a hit, and that's Greinke. The second time around, Gonzalez got a base hit. That's quite an outpouring of runs so early in the game. Strike 2 pitch to Matt Kemp. Lincecum delivers low, ball 1. 1-2 the count. 5 runs, 9 hits, and no errors for Zach Greinke. He hits a gusher here at AT&T Park. No runs, 2 hits for the Giants. Matt waiting with Puig and Gonzalez out there, and the next pitch is hit just fair down the left field line. So here comes Puig to score, going into third, and they are now waving Gonzalez in, and then Bundy thinks better of it and stops him at third, and the Dodgers lead 6-0. That ball just hit the chalk. So a double for Matt Kemp. That's his second double, and his second run batted in. Matt got a breaking ball up and lined it right on the line down into the Giant bullpen. So the hit parade continues. 6-0 Dodgers. Second and third, nobody out, and the batter Hanley Ramirez. Hanley Ramirez doubled to right in the first inning. Lincecum said, here he comes, and it's in the dirt, pushed out in front of the plate. 1 ball and no strikes. So the Dodgers were pummeled last night, 9-0, and now they have come back to return the favor and lead the Giants 6-0 in the second inning with nobody out. They've now had 10 hits in 1 inning plus. So Ramirez trying to add to the grief. First base open. 1-0 pitch on the way, and Hanley takes off speed and high. Boy, that was a dangerous pitch. You throw a change up high, usually it's going to be jacked out, but that was so high, Hanley laid off it. But that was a floater. He started to pull the trigger and then held up. 2 balls and no strikes, the count to Hanley Ramirez. Now the 2-0 pitch on the way, swung on and missed. Good breaking ball. 2-1. Crowd in a little bit of a sarcastic mood. They now cheer and applaud a strike. So they're sending a message. This will be sellout number 322 consecutively. Lincecum looks down in relief of Tim Hudson. Now the 2-1 pitch on the way, and Ramirez line drive base hit to right. So scoring is Gonzalez. Kemp stops at third. The throw way off line, but the Dodgers now lead 7-0, and there's still nobody out. That's 5 more hits, and Righetti now going out to the mound. So Ramirez picking up Gonzalez with a clean base hit to right. Matt Kemp able to go to third. No thought of trying to rush home with nobody out in the inning. Pence came up throwing, and it was way off line, but the Dodgers didn't know that. They'd already stopped Kemp. So 7-11. The Dodgers could open up a store here. 7 runs, 11 hits, and there's nobody out in the second inning. The batter will be Carl Crawford, and Crawford singled and scored a run, also knocked one in. So Gonzalez, who scored, is also charged on that base hit by Ramirez. High fly ball into left center. Over to get it is Blanco, tagging up, leaving, and coming home to score. So that picks up Matt Kemp, and the Dodgers now lead unbelievably 8-0 in the second inning, and there's 1 out. So Crawford, a sac fly, his second run batted in. So Lincecum has not been the answer. He comes in and he has given up 3 hits and a sacrifice fly. 4 runs in the first, 4 runs in the second, and here's Juan Uribe. Lincecum delivers fastball high, 1 ball and no strikes. Uribe single left in the first inning. 8 runs, 11 hits for the Dodgers. Lincecum's next pitch lifted to right field. Going back on the ball is, and Pence makes the catch. Down to second base was Ramirez. He gets back to first. So Hunter really had to go and get it. The wind played with that fly ball, certainly. So Uribe, a long fly ball that just carried, and Pence reached up, made the catch just before coming to the wall. And that's 365 out there. So a nice play by Hunter. That's the second out. And A.J. Ellis, who singled and drove in a run in the first inning, checking in. Lincecum ready and delivers. Fastball in for a strike. And the count 0-1. Last night we were talking about the fact that last night's game was the most one-sided, 9-0. There was also a game earlier this year when the Dodgers won 8-1. That was the last time we were here, and Greinke was pitching that game. So the Dodgers have won 8-1. The Giants have won 9-0, and the Dodgers winning right now 8-0. Completely different game from Madison Bumgarner's effort last night. And for Tim Hudson, not much he can do. Take your beating and sit quietly. 1-1 pitch, chased and missed. 1-2 the count to A.J. Ellis. When the Giants come up in the second inning, they'll have Pence, Blanco, and Ishikawa, and Greinke pacing in the on-deck circle. 1-2 to A.J. 2 out, 4 in, 8-0 Dodgers. The next pitch, Ellis in the dirt, short hop nicely. Bochy gets a new ball to put in play. Posey almost caught the entire 9 innings last night, despite the fact the Giants had the game pretty well locked up by the 5th inning. 2-2 pitch on the way. A.J. takes strike 3 called, and there you have it. So the Dodgers spent 9 men to the plate in the first inning and kept on hammering in the second. And at the end of an inning and a half, 8-0 Dodgers. Blanco and Ishikawa against Zack Greinke. Last time Zack pitched up here, the Dodgers got him 8 and beat the Giants 8-1. And his first pitch to Pence off the plate, ball 1, 1-0. Dodgers 8 runs on 11 hits. Giants no runs, 2 hits. Greinke into the windup and over the top, swung on and missed by Pence, and the count 1-1. For Zack Greinke, there's nothing like the Wild West. This season, 9 wins, no losses, and a 1.8 earned run average against Western Division teams. Now the 1-1 pitch, swung on and missed, 1-2. On the road against the West, Greinke is 5-0 and an earned run average of 1.4. So overall, in his career, that would encompass 40 games. Greinke is 19-5 against Western Division teams. The 1-2 pitch on the way, down and away, and a 2-ball, 2-strike count. Nevertheless, no matter how many runs you get, you've still got to get the other guys out, and Greinke is just starting the 2nd inning. Zack turns, comes back 2-2 to Hunter Pence, and that's down and low, ball 3. So 3-2 to Hunter. Pence with 2 home runs in the past against Greinke, backed up by Gregor Blanco on deck. Zack from the first base side of the rubber, and the 3-2 pitch on the way is fouled away. Beautiful evening, 65 degrees. The breeze has calmed down a little bit, but that ball that Penske made such a great catch going on the track, that really carried because of the wind. So Pence up there waiting, hitting .295. Greinke reading Ellis, and the 3-2 pitch on the way, swung on, little ground ball on the chalk, and it's a foul ball. So Pence will have to come back. The crowd was watching Pence. We were watching Corey Blazer, the third base umpire, and it was ruled a foul ball. So Hunter will have to come back. He's standing on first, and he's going to have to come back. They now tell him, no, Hunter, it was a foul ball as soon as it got down near third. One thing Greinke might pay for, and you always pay for everything, he might pay for the long innings that the Dodgers had in the first and second. It's on the cool side, and he spent most of the evening sitting in the dugout. At one at bat, he was also standing in the on deck circle when the second inning ended. So 3-2 the count to Hunter Pence. Pence back up and waiting. Now Zack ready, and the pitch, a broken bat ground ball to Ramirez. Hanley makes the play to first, and that'll do to Hunter Pence. So 1 away. That back really broke. The meat part of it is all the way out in the shortstop hole. The broken bat boy goes out and picks it up. So that bat really just came apart. And left with the handle. He ran to first and was thrown out easily by Hanley Ramirez. So 1 out. Now Gregor Blanco, the left-hand hitting left fielder, playing for Michael Morse. Morse still out. I don't believe he's going to be able to play during this series. Maybe when the Giants get to Dodger Stadium. Blanco last night walked twice, singled, and struck out. But when he struck out, it was on a wild pitch. And then Ishikawa hit a big home run against Kevin Correa. Strike 1 pitch on the way, drops low. 1-1 the count. Final game of the series. Clayton Kershaw tomorrow against Yusmeiro Petit. Petit, who will be on the mound, 5-3. There's a soft line drive at Hanley Ramirez, and that's the 2nd out, and the batter will be Ishikawa. Yusmeiro Petit at AT&T Park is 4-2, 1-1 on the road against the Dodgers. Looking ahead, Petit is 1-3 with an ERA almost 5. and this year 0-3 as a starter with an earned run average of 7. Two down. Here's Ishikawa, left-hand hitting first baseman. Hit one into McCovey Cove last night. Coming off the bench as a pinch hitter in the 7th inning. His home run made it 9-0. 1 ball and no strikes on the way. Doing some research on Tim Hudson. Tonight was his 455th career start, and it turns out to be the shortest outing of his career. 1 inning plus. Here's the 1-1 pitch on the way. Ishikawa takes a strike. And as we mentioned, a tribute to Hudson. In his 17 years, he has never had a losing season. If he loses tonight, he would then be 9-11. 1-2 pitch on the way. Ishikawa looks at ball 2. 2-2 the count. From the state of Washington, Travis Ishikawa. Hitting behind him, Brandon Crawford, who homered last night. Ishikawa gives you a good strike zone. He's 6'3", checks in about 225. And the 2-2 pitch on the way. Fastball got him looking outside corner, and down he goes. So the Giants go quietly in the 2nd inning. And at the end of 2, the Dodgers continue to hold on to an 8-0 lead. Nothing over the Giants. Zach Greinke will lead it off, followed by D. Gordon and then Yasiel Puig. Greinke struck out in the 1st inning against Tim Hudson. Now against Lincecum, he holds up, but they're going to call him a strike anyway, and the count 0-1. Greinke, for a while, had a very good time with the bat last year. Strike 1 pitch in at the knuckles, and a 1-ball, 1-strike count. Tim Lincecum in relief. One Tim following another. Hudson didn't hang around at all. 1-1 pitch is down and away, ball 2. Interesting too, one team suddenly turning around. Last night, with runners in scoring position, the Dodgers were 0 for 6. In 2 innings tonight, they're 7 for 9 as Greinke fouls a pitch back. 2-2 the count to Zach. Zach Greinke ranks 3rd in the majors with a winning percentage, and he figures to add to that tonight. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and the next one is low, ball 3, 3-2. There's a youngster directly below us, probably about 12 years old, encouraging the people. He's hollering, "Let's go Giants," and they don't want to put him down, so they're kind of applauding. And meanwhile, Greinke gets a walk. That's really what they don't need. You know, while the game is kind of slowly unraveling, don't forget, June the 18th, Clayton Kershaw pitched the no-hitter, right? Well, there'll be a commemorative pin giveaway to the first 40,000 fans at Dodger Stadium on Monday, September 22nd, Game 1 with the Giants, and that will be compliments of 76. So for tickets, visit Dodgers.com/promotions. So Lincecum gives up a walk, and after 11 hits, Dodgers take it, and the first pitch to Gordon is in the dirt. Ball 1. 1-0 the count. 8 runs, 11 hits for the Dodgers. Gordon struck out and singled. Came around to score a run on the base hit by Gonzalez. 1-0 pitch on the way, and that's a strike. 1-1 the count. Last night at this stage, it was still a game. It was 4-0. Giants then got 2 in the 5th and 3 in the 7th. But here it's 8-0 after 2 innings. Ground ball to the hole. Slow. They get the force. The throw to first is not in time. Ball took a long time to get to Brandon Crawford. And Crawford now kind of smoothing out the dirt. It is a slow infield. And because it took so long, there's no way you're going to double up Gordon. So for the Dodgers, they're pretty happy. The force play, number 1, gets Greinke back in the dugout. And number 2, Gordon is free to run if they let him run, leading 8-0. Yasiel Puig has a leg double and a single. Both of those hits were against the starter, Tim Hudson. Dodgers hoping that Puig now with 2 hits tonight is on an upswing. Last night, Yasiel had a base hit and a walk and went 1 for 3. The 1 for 3 last night, 2 for 2 for tonight. Gordon poised off the bag, held on by Ishikawa. Lincecum at the belt. Tim ready. There goes Gordon. Off speed pitch for a strike. The throw is not in time. Gordon going on an off speed pitch. That helped. And that is his 60th stolen base. Though slow infield or no, Gordon got a good jump. He also got a good pitch on which to steal. And he is in there. The big thing is to stay on the bag, and he did. So leading 8-0, Gordon steals second. Puig now trying to pick him up. 0-1 the count. Lincecum delivers, fastball foul back. 0-1. Now I don't know how the Giants will receive the fact that Gordon steals second with the Dodgers leading 8-0. But I have never wondered why they would be angry at a base stealer. That's his bread and butter. It'd be like being angry at Ishikawa for hitting a home run last night when it was 6-0. Strike 2 pitch on the way, low and inside. Ball 1, 1-2. And yet there are many managers and opposing players who'll get a little ticked off when somebody steals or bunts in a one-sided game. 1 ball and 2 strikes. The count to Yasiel Puig. Lincecum in relief of Hudson. Tim ready in the 1-2 pitch, and Puig takes in at the knuckles. It might have gotten him. Well, Puig hit on the right hand, and he will walk to first base. For Lincecum, that would be the 5th batter that he has hit this year. So the Dodgers now first and second. Puig got it on that hand, rubbing it still. A little meeting at the mound now. Posey going out talking to Lincecum. Sandoval coming over. Gonna wrap that hand, but that's wrapped not to having just been hit, trying to keep the hand from dragging and hurting it sliding. So 8-0 hit by a pitch. There's another feeling following the stolen base, and there's ball one to Gonzalez. Here it is, striding in, checking the swing, and it got him on the left hand. One ball and no strikes the count. Lincecum set. Tim delivers. Off speed, low and away. Gonzalez started offer and then held. Adrian grounded to short in the first inning and singled to drive in a run in the second. Last night, tough night, 0 for 4 against Bumgarner. Now the 2-0 pitch on the way. Lincecum misses again, and the count runs 3-0 to Adrian Gonzalez with Matt Kemp on deck. Matt's already contributed 2 doubles, and he has thrown a man out at the plate, Angel Pagan. So 3-0 to Adrian Gonzalez. He takes a strike, 3-1. Crawford followed by Lincecum when the Giants come up in the third inning. We're in the top of the third, 8-0 Dodgers, and looking for more. 3-1 pitch. Adrian, it's a ground ball wide of first. In fact, Ishikawa left the bag. They get a force play, and that's all. And Puig going in to make sure that Crawford couldn't turn and complete the DP. So Gonzalez hits into a 4-6 force play. And the batter now is Matt Kemp. For one reason or 10, the crowd boos Puig, who was just hit by a pitch. But then again, it's the Giant Dodgers. Matt Kemp has doubled twice, scored twice, knocked into, and thrown a runner out. So if anybody, you'd expect they'd boo Kemp. So Matt with a big grin, something said by Posey, I assume. First and third, 2 out, 8-0 Dodgers, top of the third. Lincecum ready. Tim delivers, foul back to the screen, 0-1. Always exciting to see a strong throw from the outfield. But take another look on the base hit by Posey. Kemp charging. Here comes Pagan around third. A perfect one hopper to Ellis, and Pagan was out by about 10 feet. And again, I think maybe it's a slow track up here, and it hurt the Giants. Strike one pitch on the way. Ground ball wide of third, in the hole, smothered by Crawford, but that's all. Scoring is Gordon, and the Dodgers now have returned the favor. They lead the Giants 9-0. And for Matt Kemp, his third hit and his third run batted in. The Crawford scores for the second time. So the Dodgers have piled it up already. 9-0. Gordon brought the run in after stealing his 60th bases. Dodgers now 9 runs, 12 hits, 6 runs, 8 hits against Hudson, 3 runs, 4 hits against Lincecum. Tim delivers, and there's a drive into right center. Pagan on his horse and picks it off. So the Dodgers wind up getting 1, and at the end of 2.5 innings, lead the Giants 9-0. No errors for the Giants, and it will be Crawford, Lincecum, and Pagan. D. Gordon stealing his 60th base and scored 2 so far tonight. Matt Kemp is having a huge night. 3 hits, 2 doubles, scored twice, knocked in 3, and threw out a runner at the plate. Meanwhile, Crawford takes a strike. By the way, you know, the Giants had won 10 straight here at AT&T Park. In the previous 10 home games, the starting pitcher's earned run average 0.8, not even 1 run. And tonight, Hudson gave up 6. So they had 7 earned runs in 10 home games, and Hudson in 1 inning plus almost equaled that, charged with 6. And then Lincecum charged with 3. Lincecum, by the way, is on deck. Crawford waits, left-hand hitting shortstop, takes off the plate. That runs the count 2 balls and 1 strike. Brandon last night doubled in the first inning, hit a 2-run home run in the 5th, and walked. 2 balls and 1 strike to Brandon Crawford, the pride of UCLA. Sprays one foul. Wow, what a play by Corey Blazer, the third base umpire. I think that in leaping in the air, it went right between his feet. Well, he's young enough to do it. Take another look. Crawford late slashes it, and Corey up and out of the way. Gene Kelly couldn't have done it any better. 2-2 the count. Lincecum ready and comes back 2-2. Fastball just misses. 93 off the edge, and a 3-2 count. A replay as Corey Blazer does a great job of avoiding that. Now 3-2 pitch coming up. Ground ball hard, backhanded by Gonzalez. He bumps into the first base umpire Doug Eddings and still gets the ball to Greinke. The big grin on Gonzalez's face. A little chagrined is Doug Eddings that he found himself in the way. So Crawford losing a hit, a collision for the moment in foul ground with Gonzalez and Eddings, and now the batter is Tim Lincecum. 3-1 if you're scoring. Tim Lincecum, not a bad hitting pitcher. Greinke into the windup. The outfield a little shaded toward left, and the pitch in for a strike. Lincecum, left-hand batter. Another thought for Tim Hudson, besides giving up the runs and everything else, he's working to a cherished goal. He only worked 1 inning tonight, did Hudson, so he has to go another 6 2/3 innings, and then he will have 3,000 career innings. It'll have to come another time. Strike 2 pitch on the way, off the plate, ball 1. 1-2 to Lincecum. Angel Pagan, thrown out at the plate by Matt Kemp, is on deck. Dodgers 9 runs, 12 hits, no home runs. The 1-2 pitch is strike 3 called. So Greinke picks up his 2nd strikeout. He got Ishikawa in the 2nd inning. And the batter Pagan doubled leading off in the 1st inning, only to be nailed by Matt Kemp. Angel Pagan means a great deal to this club, and for a good reason. He's a fine player, hitting .306, 3 home runs, 27 runs batted in. Pagan from Puerto Rico. He hit his first major league home run on his birthday, and then he hit his 2nd major league home run on his birthday. The only player to do that. Talking about his birthday, he is now 32, and the birthday is the 2nd of July. He had a bad hamstring pull, undergo surgery. He means so much to this club. 1 ball and no strikes to Angel. He shies away a pitch up. 2-0 the count. Pagan is 6'2", 200-pounder, has stolen as many as 37 bases, so you know he can run. So it had to be a great throw by Kemp and a slow track to get him at the plate. 2-0 pitch on the way. Angel swings, pops it up, coming towards the mound and telling Greinke to get out of the way is Juan Uribe. So Pagan pops it up, and that'll do it for the Giants in the third inning. At the end of 3, 9-0 Dodgers. Connected with Baseball Commissioner Bud Selig. He'll discuss the use of instant replay and a whole lot more. So don't miss Connected with Bud Selig tomorrow at 5 on Sportsnet LA. Well, the question has been answered. Just how long do you have Buster Posey catch when you're losing 9-0? 3 innings. That's the answer. Guillermo Quiros will take over behind the plate. Dodgers, meanwhile, will have Crawford, Uribe, and Ellis coming up. And Buster Posey now out from under the gear, just draped on the railing. And the first pitch to Kyle Crawford, ball 1. Crawford singled to right to drive in a run and had a sacrifice fly to drive in another. Foul back. 1-1 to count to Carl. Crawford coming into the series has been red hot. 9 for 12 in his last 3 games. He was 4 for 4 at the plate on Wednesday. Did not play last night with the left-hander going, and hits one to center, caught by Pagan, and we have 1 out. The batter now, Juan Uribe, who singled to left and flied to right. Tim Lincecum mopping up, and that's the fortunes of baseball. From 2 Cy Youngs, you're mopping up. When they brought him in, it was 6-0, and he's given up 3. Fastball through the legs of Quiros all the way to the backstop. 1 ball and no strike. Quiros behind the plate looks every inch a catcher. He is 6'1", but a good 230. 2 balls and no strikes the count. He's from Maracaibo in Venezuela. Signed by the Giants as a minor league free agent last year. Originally signed by Toronto. Uribe fouls it away, and the count 2-1. If you joined us late, you missed the fireworks. The Dodgers scored 4 in the first, 4 in the second, and 1 in the third. Kemp played a huge part. Matt to repeat. doubled in the first inning. That drove in a run. Doubled in the second inning. That drove in a couple of runs. Singled and threw a man out at the plate. Yube, meanwhile, whacks one down the left field line in the corner, and this one is going to clear the wall. So Juan Uribe hits it out, and the Dodgers lead 10-0. So Lincecum has now allowed 4 runs. Lincecum has also allowed 19 home runs. There goes the bubble machine as Uribe hits it out. It's 339 down the line, and that one got into the second row. So here's Ellis. Dodgers 10 runs on 13 hits, and the bench exploding because Uribe is so popular, and they can now pound him on the head to their heart's content. So the Dodgers now 4 runs and 5 hits against Lincecum. Change for a strike, and they count 2-1. Every pitch that Tim Lincecum makes is maximum effort. Entire body, big swing, and a ground ball to third. That's the result of it. So that'll do it for AJ. 2 down in the 4th inning, and the batter will be Zack Greinke. Greinke struck out and walked. So you've got to understand the feeling in the dugout, and I'm sure you do. In the Dodger dugout, they're delighted. The lead was cut to 1. They figure it's back to 2, and to a man in the Dodger dugout, they think they'll win tomorrow and leave here with a 3-game lead. And they came with 2. For the Giants, right away they know we're back to where we started, and it'll be up to Petit to outpitch Clayton Kershaw. So Crawford, Gonzalez, and Kemp. And the 1-0 pitch popped up and carrying back into the stands. 1 ball and 1 strike to count. Hector Sanchez, normally the backup catcher, but he is still recovering from concussion. The catcher's nightmare. Ball 2. 2-1 to count. Dodgers, if they hold on to any part of this lead, will be 15 games above 500 on the road. Fastball hit in the air to center and deep. Blanco on his horse. This one is heading off the wall. Picked up by Pagan. Jogging into second base with a 400-foot double is Zack Greinke. Matt Kemp is like a little kid in class. He doesn't want the teacher to catch him smiling. A long double for Zack Greinke. Fastball, but not much on it. Zack hit it to the deep part of the park, and it missed by about a foot. Mike Kickham, a left-hander, isn't that the perfect name for this game? Kickham is now going to warm up in the Giant bullpen. There he is. Kickham while he's down. So here's D. Gordon. Struck out, singled, hit into a force play, stole a base, and has scored twice. Ground ball up the middle. That'll be a base hit. Greinke jogging around. Then he has to speed it up a little bit. And that makes it 11-0 Dodgers in the 4th inning. For Gordon, that's his second hit. And a run batted in. For the Dodgers this year, as there'll be another meeting at the mound for the Giants, Dodgers scored 12 runs back in May against Pittsburgh. They have 11 tonight. The Dodgers had 19 hits in a game in Colorado and they have 15 tonight. So Dave Righetti is out there talking to Lincecum. Not much you can do except you take the punches and just try to live through it. So Kickham is beginning to tune up. Yasiel Puig, who is hit by a pitch, will be coming up with Gordon at first. 11-0 Dodgers. Wow. What a return of the favor the Dodgers have given the Giants tonight. So the lead was 1. It certainly looks like it's going to be 2. And then the battle tomorrow. Clayton Kershaw and Yusmeiro Petit. Puig double, singled, hit by a pitch. Ground ball. Crawford. They get the force, and the inning is over. Take a look, however, at Juan Uribe as he sits in the Dodger dugout. Just a moment ago, Uribe came up and buried one in the left field seats, and the Dodgers now lead 11-0.
The all-new Chrysler 200, America's import, and by Jack in the Box. Try Jack's Spicy Chicken Club combo at Jack in the Box with fries and a drink while it lasts.
Nice and tranquil seaside. A little noisy at AT&T Park. 11-0 Dodgers. Zach Greinke working now on Panic, then Quiros the catcher, and Sandoval. About every inning you check the flags. Now they're blowing right to left. Foul ball. 1 ball and 1 strike to Joe Panic, who flied to center in the first inning. Hitting .311. The kid from Yonkers, New York, and St. John's University. Boy, he has done them a great favor by being a good second baseman. They lost Scutaro. They were really desperate. Got Dan Ugler here, but he couldn't do it. And then they bring a Panic, and he's very much at home. Nice pick by Adrian, feeding Greinke, 1 away. So Quiros, Guillermo Quiros coming up. Quiros doesn't play much. In fact, he's only been in 1 game. Did not have an at-bat in that game. Guillermo Antonio Quiros started in the minor leagues in 1999. That's right. Stayed in the minors. Came up in 2004 for the so-called cup of coffee
About 17 games, right back down to the minors. Change up way out in front. So he's been with Toronto, Seattle, Texas, Baltimore, the Red Sox, and the Giants briefly. Check swing. 1-2 the count. So Kiro spending all those years in the minor leagues. Well, we share a birthday. Yeah, November 29. Different year. You can bet. 2 balls and 2 strikes. After the catcher, Pablo Sandoval. Two balls, 2 strikes. Fastball fouled off. Dodgers scored 4 in the first, 4 in the second, 1 in the third, 2 in the fourth. Matt Kemp has had the biggest individual day, but the team has had a truly remarkable night, and we've only played 4 innings. Fastball fouled off. Doug Kiro still up there hacking away. 2-2. Juan Uribe hitting his 9th home run. Hanley Ramirez has had a double and a single. D. Gordon has 2 hits and a 60th stolen base. They've all chimed in. Fastball hit foul. So when Greinke doubled high off the fence, it meant everyone in the lineup has at least 1 hit. Kemp leading the way with 3. Little fog coming in just to remind us we're in San Francisco, but nothing like Candlestick. Fastball hit in the air and heading to right. Kemp right by the fence. So the breeze that, and there's not that much of a breeze, but had it been blowing back when Hunter Pence made that nice catch, that ball might have gone out. And now you look at the flags and it's come back up breezy again. So 2 down and Sandoval coming up. Pablo hit back to the box in the first inning, hitting .285. And of course the panda hats all over town. Ball 1. 1-0. Sandoval, switch hitter, as you know, most of his power left-handed. 16 home runs, 11 hit from this side of the plate. 1 ball and 1 strike to count. Mike Kickham, the left-hander, warming up. Was that a great facial expression on that lady holding up the dial and then going, nah. Faces in the crowd. It's always remarkable. 2-1 to count. Hunter Pence on deck. Breaking ball, slap foul. Nice save down there in the bullpen. The warm-up catcher in the pen puts his life on the line with his back to home plate. So you always have somebody down there with a good glove. Two and two to Sandoval. A sellout crowd pretty much out of the game. And ball 3. Last night, the Giants changed a lot of people around, though we assume they will do it again tonight. Big chopper to Gordon. Nice easy hop. That'll be that. So with everything else, 10 in a row retired by Zach Greinke. And at the end of 4, Dodgers lead 11-0. The fifth inning. Don't forget, Tuesday, September 23rd, be one of the first 40,000 fans in attendance. You'll take home a sleeved blanket presented by your SoCal Honda dealers. For tickets to the game with the Giants and all of the games, be sure to visit Dodgers.com/tickets. Well, a couple of moves. First of all, we'll look at Juan Perez. He's going to finish up out in center field as he did last night. Chris Dominguez will take over for Pablo Sandoval. Perez already took over behind the plate for Posey. And the new pitcher is Mike Kickham. Kickham, called back up from Fresno. Made his debut last year. Had 2 years at AAA, finished this year 8-8. He had 131 strikeouts in the Coast League, but he also walked a lot of people. So we'll see that left-hander tonight. Adrian Gonzalez. Strike. Adrian grounded to short, single to center, hit into a force play. Panic plays him out on the grass. And this time he whacks one. Here comes a great diving catch by Juan Perez. Pretty tough to just come into the game and make a play like that, but he did. Juan Perez, a diving catch of the line drive. Gotcha. Wonderful play. So one out in the fifth inning. And the batter now will be Matt Kemp. Perez kind of twisting a little bit. Might have hurt his left shoulder slightly, hyperextending on that great catch. Meanwhile, the Dodgers, when things are going well, you can bet Puig and Uribe will right be in the middle of it. There they are. Uribe standing. Puig gets to feel pretty good. Couple of base hits. Had one last night. Whoa. Matt Kemp. Take a look. It's the front foot. Yeah, right on the toes. Oh, wow. I would think they got him on the big toe. Well, Matt's okay, but obviously still slightly in pain. Giants load up the left side. It's kind of, I don't know, a little bit of a shock to see them do that. I mean, it's 11-0, and they're going to have a little strategy. Realigning fielders works, but not for everybody. You know, the most successful team in realigning an infield, as Kemp, obviously in pain, strikes out, 2 down. The Astros, they have shifted their infield 1,500 times, and they figure they've saved 44 hits. Now the Giants have shifted their infield 494 times, and they figure they've saved 25 hits. The Dodgers have saved 10 hits, shifting 296 times. There are a couple of teams, however, that have lost hits by overshifting. Padres have lost 2 hits. The Reds 3 hits. The Marlins 3 hits. However, they've also discovered a debatable point. You shift the infield, and a ground ball that goes to, let's say, the third baseman who is overplaying second, and he's in the exact position where the second baseman would have been in the first place. So it is really debatable.
but it was kind of funny to see them do it down 11-0. Chopper foul. We're in the 5th inning. 2 out, and the Dodgers lead 11-0 on 15 hits. Mike Kickham, the young left-hander brought in. He's from St. Louis, Missouri, lives in Springfield. Big fella, 6'4" and about 225. That's to the hole. Nice pick by Crawford. The throw is too late. So Hanley Ramirez comes up with his 3rd hit as he singles to the hole at short. So you have 6 hits between Kemp and Ramirez. Crawford made a fine play, and Hanley just did beat the bounce throw. So the Dodgers now have 16 hits. Crawford single, sac fly, and fly to center. Foul ball down the line. One ball and 1 strike. Checking back on Mike Kickham. Kickham has 2 brothers and a sister. In fact, no, that's 2 sisters and a brother. Okay. His father was a tennis player at Truman State, and his mom played volleyball at Florida Southern. He has a brother playing baseball at Crowder College, so that's a family full of athletes. On the hands, pull to the hole, dropped by Panic, goes back, picks it up, can't make a play. It'll go as a base hit. Oh, check. Okay, E4. Got his glove on it, overran the ball, tried to recover, couldn't do it. So Keckham got a great diving catch by Perez in center field, but he now with 2 out gives up a single, the error, and here is Uribe, who singled and hit his 9th home run in the 4th inning. Fastball for a strike. 0-1. No balls and 1 strike. That's a strike. 0-2. 2 on, 2 out. Dodgers lead 11-0. I can imagine somebody turning in late, just tuning on and hearing that and thinking, what? Well, there's part of the reason. Matt Kemp. 1-2 to count. In this 11-0 game, we'll see about Kemp, whether they send him back out there, whether they use Andre Ethier to get a little more at bats. A lot of smiles down there. Fastball up the middle, just off the glove, picked up by Crawford on the bag, and that's that. 1-6 force at second base. No runs, a hit, an error, 2 left, and at the end of 4.5, 11-0 Dodgers.
after he fouled one off the big toe, I think. And young Jock Peterson get a little more experience, and now he'll play right field, though we've seen Jock play left and center, and tonight right. For Greinke, nice numbers, but he has to go another inning to pick up a win. Big changeup, and Hunter Pence way out in front of it. Hunter grounded to short in the second inning. Greinke has retired 10 in a row since Buster Posey singled in the first inning. Fouled again. And even on Posey's base hit, there was an out. Pagan was thrown out at the plate by Matt Kemp. So the restless one, Hunter Pence. No balls, 2 strikes. High fastball, and he goes after it. That's the one weakness we've seen with Hunter Pence. If you get 2 strikes on him, don't go near the strike zone, especially go up. So 1 out in the 5th. That's 11 in a row retired by Greinke. Gregor Blanco, the left fielder, popped up 0 for 1. On deck, Travis Ishikawa, the first baseman. Ball 1. Change up in there. 1-1. Be sure to join us tomorrow, 1 o'clock ball game. Clayton Kershaw, Yasmiro Petit. Another off-speed pitch. 2 in a row. 1-2 the count to Gregor Blanco. Of course, the Dodgers are not finished after tomorrow. They'll move on, play 3 with Colorado. They've beaten Colorado 9 of 13. Then on to Chicago, and the Cubs took 2 out of 3 at Dodger Stadium. And the Dodgers play 4 in Chicago. The Giants, meanwhile, will play San Diego. San Diego's played them tough. They split 6 in San Diego, and they've split 6 right here in Bochy's playground. Then the Giants play Arizona. They've beaten Arizona 11 of 16. Fastball got him. So Blanco caught looking. Down he goes. 12 in a row now. Retired. Greinke, meanwhile, has struck out 4. And Travis Ishikawa coming up. Brandon Belt, who was hit in the face by a throw during batting practice, suffered concussion, but they think that the big first baseman will be about ready to play once again, maybe even tomorrow or certainly next week. 1 ball and no strikes to Travis. 6'3", 225, played football when he was in high school. One and 1 to count. Ishikawa's really bounced around. Drafted by the Giants. Eventually signed with the Brewers. Signed with the Orioles. The Yankees claimed him. He went to free agency instead of being sent to AAA by the Yankees. Signed with the White Sox. Moved on and signed with Pittsburgh. And returned to the Giants the end of April this year. So the much traveled Travis Ishikawa from Seattle, Washington. 2-2. Slice down the left field line. Crawford a long way to go, and it's a fair ball, and Ishikawa rounds and holds on at first. Nice call running down the line. Corey Blazer, the third base umpire. So a fly ball single breaks the string at 12. Take another look. It was down. It was way out of the zone. And it lands fair inches inside the chalk. And Crawford gets it back. Fly ball single. And the batter, Brandon Crawford. For the Giants, they had 2 hits in the first inning, and this is the first hit since. Bottom of the 5th, 11-0 Dodgers. In the dirt, wild pitch. Down to second base goes Ishikawa. So back-to-back strikeouts, fly ball single, wild pitch. Giants to get on the boards. For Greinke, he has had troubles with wild pitches. That is the 12th. But pretty comfortable, leading 11-0. One ball, no strikes. 1-1. So the Giants had a 10-game winning streak at home. They went 19-7 from the middle of August to the middle of September. And the Dodgers trying to bring them up short tonight. 1 ball and 1 strike. Change up. 1-2. Waiting on deck, third baseman Chris Dominguez, finishing up for Sandoval. And takes care of Crawford. 4th and now 5th strikeout for Greinke. No runs, a hit, a man left. And at the end of 5, 11-0 Dodgers. It deteriorates into where backup players begin to move into the game. For instance, the Giants now have Gary Brown in center, Juan Perez in right. They have Chris Dominguez at third, Matt Duffy at short, and Quiros has been in for an inning. Meanwhile, Mike Kickham, he gave up a base hit and got out of the jam, ready to set sail in his second inning. He'll be facing A.J. Ellis, Zach Greinke, and then D. Gordon. For Greinke, he has now gone the required 5 innings, though he stands to pick up his 15th win. Ball one. For Greinke, another interesting thing, he will now be 10-0 against the Western Division. Really remarkable. So a big night for Zach. Big night for the Dodgers. 3-0. Dodger lead in jeopardy last night. The lead was cut to 1. Dodgers have roared back. 11 runs, 16 hits. So it figures the lead will be 2. And then, of course, the Dodgers, full of optimism that with Kershaw pitching tomorrow, they'll leave town with a bigger lead than when they got here. We'll see. Fastball line to center. So AJ comes up with a base hit. Gary Brown gets it back in. For Ellis, he now has 2 hits, and the Dodgers have 17. And the batter Greinke struck out walk and doubled high off the left center field wall, almost 400 feet away. Fastball whacked to left. That's hit even harder and farther and gone. Zach Greinke hits a 2-run home run, and the Dodgers lead 13-0. So the other ball he hit pretty hard, but this one he really drove it out. There is no mercy rule, although sometimes you think to yourself they ought to have it. Look at the reception. Jamie Wright ready to pat him first. Mark McGwire and the bubble machine and the victory dance. Greinke trying to get away from it all. The ball is thrown back to the infield, and that'll be retrieved by DJ Redburn. For Zach Greinke, that would be his 4th home run in his career. Gordon a strike. He had one way back in 2005 with Kansas City. He had one with the Brewers in 2011. He had one with the Brewers in 2012, and now he hits the 4th home run of his career as a Dodger. Slapped on the ground to short and dropped by Matt Duffy. Let's take another look at the Zach Greinke home run. Fastball out over the plate, and he really connected. It's cool, so it's not as if the ball's going to travel as well as it would in the daytime. And he still reached the seats about 4 or 5 rows up, and look at Jamie Wright leading the cheers. So I would guess you'd have to say it's a non-game. It's 13-0 Dodgers. Yasiel doubled and singled, hit by a pitch. Hit into a force play. Greinke and Ellis, a happy combination. It was 65 degrees when the game started. A little cooler now, naturally. Puig, ground ball up the middle. Duffy can't make the play. Rounding second is Gordon. They got him coming back. They got him. Yep. So Gordon rounding second. That was a ground ball up the middle. We'll see how they rule that. Went off the glove of Matt Duffy, and then Gordon rounding second, and they get an out. That'll be a base hit. So a single to short, and then Gordon is out. 6-4. So for Yasiel Puig, one way or another, he has 3 hits tonight. And here is Adrian Gonzalez. Right. Gonzalez grounded out, singled, hit into a force play, and was robbed of a hit on a diving catch in center field by Juan Perez. High chopper to the right side. Panic. will make the play. Advancing to second is Puig, and we have 2 down. And Jock Peterson will be coming up. So Peterson playing a little right field, picking up from Matt Kemp. Matt Kemp, a tough act to follow tonight. 2 doubles and a single. Scored 2, drove in 3, and threw a man out at the plate. So now Jock gets an at bat. Ball 1. The only starters still out on the field: Blanco, Panic, and Ishikawa. Ball 2. Dodgers 13 runs. Just keep coming up with more base hits. Two and one to Jock. In at the hands, ball 3. One thing you notice with Jock Peterson, there's a lot of huffing and puffing. And ball 4. Wow. Kick him a little wild. So the batter will be Hanley Ramirez. Ramirez doubled, singled twice. So 3 more hits for him. Dodgers have piled up 19 hits. Foul ball, 0-1. So for Greinke, hitting a 2-run home run here in the 6th. Adding to the carnage. No balls and 1 strike. Line drive, base hit to center. Now let's see about Puig. They'll hold him at third. No reason to run into a tough play. Puig gesturing like, I would have scored. And I think what he's thinking of is Hanley Ramirez loses a run batted in. And the bases are loaded. So the play involving Gordon, when he rounded second, that saved a run. And now it's a moment we've been interested and wondered about. Going down to the bullpen is Brett Bochy. Yes, he is the son of the manager. Brett Bochy is 27 years old. They just brought him up from Fresno. Typical Bruce, who in a dry, subtle manner can get his thoughts across. Somebody said, you haven't used Brett, son. You haven't used him yet. Bochy said, no, he hasn't embarrassed me yet. One of 8 father and son manager player combos in Major League history. Of course, they had the combo up here with the Alus. Fly ball down the line. It's going to drop foul. Right where Brett's warming up. Carl Crawford has a single, a sac fly, flied out, reached on an error, driven in 2, scored 1. A little ground ball, fair ball, and Ishikawa to the bag, and mercifully that's the third out. Take another look for the Zach Greinke Marching and Chowder Society as he sits back in the dugout. He came up in the 6th inning with Ellis aboard and drove one all the way. And now they're going to apparently call that play back. We're showing you the home run. Looked like the inning was over. The Giants were leaving. And Crawford coming back, try it again. And slaps a one-hopper, backhanded by the other Crawford. High throw. They're going to call him out. Well, the Dodgers are not going to argue, but in looking at the dugout, they all thought that he had beaten the play. Now the inning is over, I think. No, Don Mattingly is going to walk out to first base. The crowd is annoyed. I mean, the Dodgers are winning 13-0, and the fact the Dodgers would even discuss a close play. So Mattingly having a discussion with Doug Eddings. Are they actually going to do it? Yes, they are. And this crowd will really boo as the Dodgers demand a review, leading 13-0. Wow. There's the play, and you can see his foot well on the bag before the ball got to the glove. Though that certainly looks like Crawford beat the play, but we'll see. But that's all they need now, to have Crawford be declared safe, and it looked like he was, and this crowd fit to be tied. Take another look. Yep, safe. And they are very, very unhappy. So Crawford gets a base hit. The play is overturned, and the Dodgers now lead 14-0. They make the conversion. So Puig brought the run home, and everybody else moved up 90 feet. And here it comes. For the first time for Bruce Bochy, he will call in his son from the bullpen. It's a chance for Brett to get in a little work. Better he do it on the road, but he's going to come in. Nice moment in a bad game for Bruce Bochy to hand the ball to his son Brett, who is 6'2", 200-pounder, just turned 27. There's the moment. Here's the ball, son. Pats him on the shoulder. And saying to the infield, all right, you guys, take care of my boy. There he is, and we'll be right back. In a game where the Dodgers now lead 14-0. The son of the manager, his older brother Greg, played 4 years in the Padres farm system when Bruce managed the Padres. Brett graduated from Poway High School, and a strike, 0-1. Yube single to left, fly to right, homered, and hit into a force play. As if they need it, the Dodgers have the bases loaded since the play at first went their way. 1 ball and 1 strike. Bochy's been playing professionally. Started in 2011 in A ball, 2012 AA, last year and early this year AAA, and here he is. 2-1 the count. When he was at Richmond AA, pitched a lot in the bullpen, and the fellas in the bullpen called him the robot because he was throwing strikes. 2-1. Ball 3. Though everybody would like to see him do well, certainly his dad, but I think everybody, since the game is long over. Brett's good size, 6'2", 200. And ball 4. The Uribe draws a walk. He gets his second run batted in. Crawford goes to second. Ramirez goes to third. Jock Peterson comes home with the run. And the Dodgers lead 15-0. They have 21 hits. A.J. Ellis started the inning with a single. And remember, Greinke hit the home run. And a strike. So Greinke out in the on deck circle. 2 out. And the bases still loaded. Ramirez at third, Crawford at second, Uribe at first. 1 ball and 1 strike. It is indeed a tough time to make your major league debut, even though the game is long over. Nevertheless, you're pitching in front of your dad, and you're here before a sellout crowd, hoping to get some outs. Breaking ball popped up. It's Ishikawa. And so Brett Bochy, to the relief of his dad, comes in, gets the out, and the inning mercifully is over, and the Dodgers lead 15-0. Now to the bottom of the 6th inning. Chris Dominguez will lead it off. The Dodgers now 15 runs, 21 hits, season high in both categories. And for the Dodgers, they are 11 for 17 with runners in scoring position. Dominguez finishing at third. Ball 1, 1-0. Well, the starting team changing for the Dodgers. Miguel Rojas now playing third. Arrubarena is at short. Scott Van Slyke is at first. And those are the changes right now. 15 runs, 21 hits for the Dodgers, and they've left 11. I mean, how many would they score? Dominguez just called up while the club was in Colorado. He's big, 6'4", and a good 235. Chris is from Los Angeles. That's where he was born, but he lives in Miami. Drafted back in 2009, went to the University of Louisville. Originally drafted by Colorado. He'll be 28 in November. Chris Dominguez. Two and two. Fastball, chopper up the middle. Gordon, nice pick. Throws him out. So 1 out in the 6th inning. Juan Perez coming up. So when this game is over, they will have played 15 times. Giants have won 8. The Dodgers will have won 7. Then tomorrow afternoon at 1, Clayton Kershaw and Yusmeiro Petit. And of course, for Kershaw, it would only be normal. I wish they'd save some of these runs for me. Perez with Joe Panik on deck. And a line drive base hit into left center. Over to get it is Crawford, on his way for 2, and into second base standing is Juan Perez with the double. So he only got in the game, and he made the diving catch to make a good play on the ball hit by Gonzalez, and now he doubles in his first at bat. So the Giants have had 2 hits since the first inning. Joe Panik has fly to center, grounded out, 0 for 2, hitting .310. Fastball, high chopper. Gordon scoops on the run, throws, got him. Boy, that was a nice play, especially against a left-hand hitter who runs well, Joe Panik. That was a big league play by D. Gordon. Scoop, throw off balance, got him. Take another look. Yeah, that's a beauty. So 2 down here in the 6th inning. The big catcher, Guillermo Quiros, coming up. He flied to right field in his only at bat. Buster Posey had 1 at bat tonight and singled. Right. 2 out, 6th inning, 15-0 Dodgers. And there are a lot of people still saying here, you'd figure by this time folks would have said good night, but they're hanging in. Line drive right at Gordon, and that's that. No runs, 1 hit, and at the end of 6, 15-0 Dodgers. Is brought to you by Subway. Get a great deal on this month's $6 foot-long special, the Italian BMT, or the $3 6-inch Select, the sweet onion chicken teriyaki. Subway, eat fresh. And by your Southern California Mazda dealers. The Dodgers riding the cable car to victory tonight, leading 15-0. And the Dodgers making some changes. Zach Greinke, I believe, is done for the night. 6 innings, 84 pitches, and goes out with a home run, a single, and a walk. So he had a big night. Greinke, from the looks of it, he will give way to Scott Elbert. That is a remarkable story. Scotty has had 2 serious arm surgeries, fighting his way back. And it looks like we will see him as Roger Bernardina gets a chance to have an at-bat, hitting for Greinke. 7th inning, 15-0 Dodgers. Dodgers with 21 hits, and Brett Bochy, the skipper's son, ready to pitch once they retrieve a ball that got loose in left field. Okay. And a strike. Greinke struck out 5, allowed 4 hits, no runs, and did not walk a batter. 1-1 the count to Roger Bernardina. Normally in a regular game, if you see Bernardina, you'll see him running for somebody. It'll be the odd day that he's pinch hitting. But in a game like this, chance to give him an at-bat. And did that get him? Yep. So Bernardina hit by the pitch and will go to first. Trying to work it inside, got him on the point of the elbow. So Roger walks to first after taking one for the team. And D. Gordon coming up. Gordon is struck out and singled, hit into a force play, stolen a base, singled, and reached on an error. So he has a run batted in, 2 hits, and he scored twice. Ball 1. Ground ball to Duffy. The shovel to Panic. Turns. Not in time. That brings up a point. You might wonder, do they ever double up Gordon? And the answer is yes. He is hit into 2 double plays. But that's just a force for the out. And the batter now, Yasiel Puig. Puig is doubled and singled, hit by a pitch, and then picked up another hit. So he's 3 for 4 with a base hit in the 6th inning. Got the average up to 294. The pitchers for the Giants: Hudson, Lincecum, Kickham, and Bochy. The one thing we haven't gotten yet is the paid attendance, but we do know it's a sellout. Will be the 322nd sellout, and that would put the crowd somewhere in the low 40s. No balls, 1 strike. Gets away from Quiroz, not far enough. That's a remarkable line score. 15 runs, 21 hits, no errors, and 11 left. The baselines have been cluttered all night for the Dodgers. Giants, meanwhile, no runs, 4 hits. 2-1. Coming up here, we were looking forward to 3 very exciting, well played, push against shove kind of games. Who would have thought that the Giants would win 9-0 and the Dodgers come back and lead 15-0? But that's baseball. You can never figure it out. 2-2. And they take care of Puig as he strikes out. Crowd takes great delight in getting on Puig. Two down, and the batter will be Scott Van Slyke, finishing up for Adrian Gonzalez. On deck, Jock Peterson. Scotty had a rough night last night against an excellent pitcher. He struck out 3 times, only this time he hits a bomb 3/4 of the way up the bleachers, and that makes it, believe it or not, 17-0. And so Brett Bochy is welcomed to the club. Wow. So for Scott Van Slyke, striking out all 3 times last night, and comes back tonight and hits his 11th home run of the year against Bruce Bochy's boy Brett. Last home run that Scotty hit was the 27th of August. That is his 3rd home run against right-handers, and 11 for the year. And here's Jock Peterson. Foul back, 0-1. So 17 runs on 22 hits. It has stopped being a game since the 2nd inning. We're in the 7th. Dodgers have had home runs by Juan Uribe in the 4th inning. Home run by Greinke in the 6th inning. Home run by Van Slyke in the 7th, and in between all kinds of hits. 2-2 the count to Jock Peterson. Darwin Barney chatting with Scott Van Slyke. Boy, was that a home run. 3/4 of the way up pavilion in left field. 2-2. Off speed and away. Peterson walked in his only at bat in the 6th inning. He's finishing up in right field for Matt Kemp. Fastball, chopper to the right side. Joe Panic. That'll do it. But we should take another look at that monstrous home run for the Scott Van Slyke Marching and Chowder Society. He really crushed that way up. Not quite out of the ballpark, but it was close. And the Dodgers lead 17-0. And so we plod on as the Dodgers try to hold on to a 17-0 lead. Adam Duvall will be coming up to bat. The game has really deteriorated to become really a AAA type game. Seldom used players just recently brought up. Adam Duvall, for instance, is from Louisville, Kentucky, and Scott Albert coming out on the mound. Albert has been in 120 games, hasn't pitched in 2 years. Good changeup. 0-2. It is a remarkable story. The kid from Joplin, fighting back from 2 serious arm surgeries. Here he is. And a good sinker. 0-2 the count. Adam Duvall, 26 years old. Selected by the Giants in the 11th round, 2010. 0-2. Ground ball hugging the ground. Miguel Rojas takes care of it, and we have one out in the 7th inning. Gary Brown, who is now in center field and batting in Pence's spot. So Gary checking in. He's 6'1", 190 from Diamond Bar, lives in Walnut, graduate of Diamond Bar High School, and lifting a high fly ball to left field. Alex Guerrero is there. So one pitch to take care of Gary, and we have two out in the 7th. Gregor Blanco looks like he's the one going the distance for the Giants, and he's coming up. Blanco popped up, struck out, 0 for 2. Boy, it's great to see Scott Elbert from Joplin, Missouri. All that he has had thrown at his feet, all the pain that he's had to endure, all the spirit he's had to keep. And here he is back pitching in the big leagues. Good for him. Fastball, line drive, base hit into right field. So Blanco comes up with a hit. He is 1 for 3. Travis Ishikawa, the first baseman, will be coming up. He has struck out and singled. 2 out, 7th inning, 17-0 Dodgers. You're right, 2 touchdowns and a field goal. Travis hitting .281. Tomorrow, oh yes, tomorrow, Clayton Kershaw, Yasmiro Petit. A huge game for the Giants. Fastball at the knuckle. Why is that a huge game for the Giants? Of course, Dodgers, by winning tonight, are 2 back, 2 in front, back again, in other words. And then tomorrow they could leave here 3 in front. Could. We'll see. The paid attendance tonight, at least when the game started, highly vocal, full of spirit, enthusiasm, and optimism. Almost all of that is gone for the evening. There are blue here, though. They're thrilled. 41,533. 41,533. Seeing the Dodgers leading 17-0 on 22 hits. And the banner flies in first place. On the hands, little ground ball going foul. Luis Ishikawa will come back and try it again. 3-2 to Travis. Dodger outfield, Guerrero, Peterson, and Bernardina. Then Slyke and Gordon on the right side. Arrubarena and Rojas on the left. Runner going, fly ball coming in is Guerrero. And that'll be that. So no runs, 1 hit, and a man left. At the end of 7, it's 17-0 Dodgers. Dodgers overwhelming the Giants tonight 17-0, but they have a lot of work before the season is over for sure. So to look ahead, of course, tomorrow the big game, Clayton Kershaw and Yasmiro Petit. Dodgers continue on the road. They'll have 3 games in Colorado. Thursday they'll move on to Chicago for a 4-game series and then come home and open up Monday night on the 22nd against the Giants. Dodgers will finish up the year at home against Colorado. A lot of smiles in the dugout. Brian Wilson has a new haircut. It is really a mohawk. I mean, there are imitation mohawks, but Brian has a dandy. Couple of changes for the Giants. Adam Duvall is now at second base for Joe Panik. Make him at third base. Okay. What happened to Dominguez? He's in left field. So the Giant infield, Duvall, Duffy, Panik, and Ishikawa. The outfield, Dominguez, Brown, and Perez. Arizbel Arrubarena leading off in Hanley Ramirez's spot. We're in the 8th inning. On deck, Alex Guerrero. Oh and 2. And down he goes. So Arrubarena strikes out. 1 out in the 8th. Cordier on the mound. Eric Cordier from Wisconsin. Another big man, 6'4", a good 215. 28 years old. Alex Guerrero taking over in left field for Carl Crawford. Crawford had a single, a sac fly, another base hit. That was the play. Dodgers at the time were leading 15-0. And Don Mattingly challenged a close play at first and won the challenge. Line drive, base hit for Guerrero. So he stung that thing. So the Dodgers now come up with yet another hit. A single by Guerrero, and the batter will be Miguel. And look at that, keeping score. 17 runs, 23 hits. So Cordier is welcome to the club. First career major league hit lost in the shuffle for Guerrero. High foul off first base, should go back in the stands, and does. Uribe, while he was in there, singled, hit a home run and walked. So Juan went 2 for 4. Rojas finishing up at third for Uribe. One ball and 1 strike. Chris Perez gets up in the Dodger bullpen. So it's been Hudson, Lincecum, Kickham, Bochy, and Cordier. Cordier from Dupier, Wisconsin. Fastball, and that's whacked. So that's the 24th hit for the Dodgers. Over to third base goes Guerrero. 24 hits. Wow. So the batter now is Tim Fedorovich. FedEx, as they call him, hitting 125 with a home run and 5 runs batted in. No one throwing now in the Giant bullpen. Bruce has figured he's burned enough. Hudson started, and he's used 4 more pitchers. First and third, 1 out, and a strike. $17 runs, 24 hits, and the Dodgers have left 11. Oh, 2. But Don Mattingly, Mark McGwire, it's a matter now of conserving the starters. The Birds, they know this game is over, but they can't really come in and get the fruits of the Dodger victory until the people leave. But they know. Fedorovich strikes out, so 2 down. And Roger Bernardina coming up. Bernardina batted for Greinke and was hit by a pitch. 17 runs, 24 hits. You keep track of the pitchers, Kickham, Bochy, and Cordier, but it is doubtful the Dodgers will see them again this year. Lincecum, yes. One ball, no strikes. 1-1 to Roger. The Giants, no runs, 5 hits. And did he get hit again? Yep. Poor Roger Bernardino goes up to the plate twice, and he's hit twice. Stan Cotty going out there to try to help him. Might have been hit above the knee on the thigh. Let's see. Oh, it got him on the side of the knee. Oh, wow. So Bernardina hit in a very painful area, just above and on the side of the knee. So that's brutal, to have 2 at-bats and be hit each time. Of course, Puig was hit in the 3rd inning. The 3 Dodgers have been hit. Roger now slowly getting up, and he will stay in. So the small nest, the island of Dodger fans, there they are. 41,533 came tonight. That's almost 400 more than last night. And this one is total Dodger. Last night, total Giant. Tomorrow yet to come. Here's D. Gordon. Struck out and singled, hit into a force play and stole a base. Singled again, reached on an error, and hit into a force play. 17 runs, most by any opponent at AT&T Park, and that really ticks it off since it's the Dodgers. Slicing fly ball, Dominguez makes the catch, and mercifully we get the final out in the 8th inning. So no runs, 2 hits and a hit batter, And we're heading to the bottom of the 8th. 17-0 Dodgers. Nothing, bottom of the 8th inning. Don't forget Saturday, September 27th, La Gran Fiesta. Viva los Doyers. There'll be live music, food, autographs, games, and fun for the entire family starting at 2 p.m. It's free with your ticket to the game. Brought to you by Chevrolet, State Farm, Coca-Cola, and Time Warner Cable. For tickets, visit Dodgers.com/Viva today. The Dodgers have 24 hits right now. Their record of 25 they've done twice. Back in 2006 they piled up 25 hits against the Angels, and back in 2011 they did the same thing at Minnesota. So 17 runs, 24 hits. Chris Perez gets a strike, and we're in the bottom of the 8th inning. Matt Duffy finishing up for Brandon Crawford at short. Lifting a fly ball shallow left. Going out, Arena gets the glove on it, can't hold it. That could have been an easy play for Alex Guerrero. And I guess Arena trying to impress, going way out when he had no need to. And we'll see how they rule it. There he is in left field, and right out of the picture, but right there was Guerrero. He just stopped. It will go as, well, we'll see. It will go as an error. Charge to Arena. He just went too far. So Duffy reaching on the error, and now Chris Dominguez coming up. Ground ball, they get one, they get two. And nobody's going to argue, nobody's going to get a review. They'll just let it go. Take another look. Rojas to Gordon. Gordon to Van Slyke. Would have been a play they might have argued, but not now. 17-0. 2 out. Juan Perez coming up. Perez doubled in the 6th inning, so he's 1 for 1. Ball 1. So the Dodgers have one more inning, and Yasiel Puig came out of the game, so it'll be the number 2 slot. 2 balls and no strikes. Fastball, hard foul, 2-1. Two out, bottom of the 8th. Two and two. Dodgers with Greinke for 6. Scott Elbert pitched the 7th inning. And now Perez pitching the 8th. Slow breaking ball missed. 2 and 2. And good fastball at 94. And down goes Perez. No runs, no hits. There was an error, nothing else. And at the end of 8, 17-0 Dodgers. MLB.com at bat, the #1 app for live baseball. Enjoy live look-ins, replay reviews, scores, live radio broadcasts, the MLB TV game of the day, and more. Get at bat for your smartphone or tablet on the Ace Pass store or visit MLB.com. Well, it has taken a while. We have gotten to the 9th inning, and here's a young man making his major league debut. His name is Chris Heston. He is 26 years old, 6'3", 195, a graduate of Bayside High School in Florida, attended Seminole Community College and East Carolina University. And first pitch strike to Darwin Barney, who is batting for Chris Perez. So the Dodgers trying to get everybody in that bat if at all possible. Check swing, going to cost. 0-2. Barney, of course, will, I'm sure, have some interesting thoughts and stories when the Dodgers go to Wrigley Field, Chicago. 1-2. Barney has been in 13 games for the Dodgers, hitting .222, and he runs the count now. 2 balls and 2 strikes. 2 home runs, neither with the Dodgers. He does have 4 runs batted in. Foul ball still there. We're in the 9th. 17 runs, 24 hits, and 1 error for the Dodgers. No runs, 5 hits, 2 errors for the Giants. And a high drive into deep right center. Gary Brown covers the ground and makes the catch. 1 out in the 9th, and Scott Van Slyke coming up. Van Slyke has had 1 at bat and buried one 3/4 of the way up the left field stands. Hit it with Gordon aboard. And ball 1. Nice easy fastball. 1 ball and 1 strike to count. Van Slyke with Jock Peterson on deck. One and 2. It's a good game for Chris Heston. Make your debut. Absolutely no pressure. Breaking ball. So Van Slyke, who struck out 3 times last night, then homered tonight, now strikes out. 2 down, top of the 9th inning, and Jock Peterson coming up. Meanwhile, out on McCovey Cove, life is good. It's like some cake. Big crowd having a party. And a strike to Jock Peterson. Peterson walked and grounded out. Finishing up in right field, Matt Kemp had a big night. 2 doubles and a single. Scored 3, knocked in 3, and then threw Pagan out at the plate. That was way back in the 1st inning, and that's as close as the Giants have come to scoring. You shudder to think if the Dodgers hit more. I mean, yes, they have 17 runs, but do you realize they left 14 men on base? So for Mattingly, it's really been a windfall tonight. The old story we'll see about tomorrow. The Dodger philosophy after losing 9-0 last night was simply, that's 1 game out of 162. And I'm sure the Giants have the same bit of philosophy. Okay, it's 1 of 162. The only bad thing for the Giants, being the home team, you hate to be humiliated, and 17-0 has certainly hurt the pride of the Giants, but only for tonight. Fastball for ball 4. The Jocks had 3 trips to the plate. He's walked twice, and Arrubarena coming up. Arizbel Arrubarena struck out in the 8th inning. Hanley Ramirez had another big night. Oh and 1. On deck, Alex Guerrero, who is finishing up in left field for Carl Crawford. No balls, 1 strike. Peterson at first, they're not holding him. 1 and 1. When the Giants come up in the bottom of the 9th inning, they'll start with Joe Panik, the second baseman. Then it'll be Kuros, the catcher, and Adam Duvall finishing at third. Two and 1. 41,533, at least half of whom have gone home. 322 consecutive sellouts. Fastball picks up a strike. 2-2. Chris Heston making his major league debut. 2 out, runner on thanks to a walk. 2-2 to Arrubarena, finishing up at shortstop for Hanley Ramirez. Big breaking ball. 3-2. Peterson goes 3-2, swung on and missed, and that'll do it. Arrubarena has struck out twice. Down go the Dodgers. Heston winds up with 2 strikeouts to go along with the walk, and we're heading for the bottom of the 9th. 17-0 Dodgers. As the individual player of the game, but tonight belongs to Zach Greinke. He indeed the player. He went 6 innings, did not allow a run, struck out 5, had a long double, and then for good measure hit a home run back into the bleachers almost 400 feet away. So Greinke got the bubble reception, and the Dodgers on their way to a victory. In looking tonight, the starting pitching, Hudson had the worst game of a 17-year career. He survived 1 inning, that's all, gave up 6 runs. Meanwhile, Greinke sailed along for 6 and allowed no runs and only a couple of hits. So Yimi Garcia will pick up. It's been Greinke for 6, Scott Elbert for 1, Chris Perez for 1, and now Garcia. Joe Panik going all the way at second base will lead it off, and a strike. Garcia pitched the 8th inning last night and allowed 1 hit. Joe 0 for 3, lost a hit on a very good play by D. Gordon, who has just come out of the game. Darwin Barney has taken over to finish up at second base. So all of the Dodgers starters are out of the game. 1-1. Dodgers afield. The outfield is Guerrero in left, Peterson in center, Bernardina in right, and the infield Rojas at third, Arrubarena at short, Barney at second, Van Slyke at first, FedEx behind the plate, and D just sitting back and taking a little rest. 2-2. D. Gordon, among everything that happened tonight, stole a base, his 60th of the year. And a high fly ball, high enough for somebody to get under it, and that somebody is Peterson. So panic a fly ball, 1 out in the 9th. And the batter will be Guillermo Quiros, the catcher, who has flied to right and lined out to second. This is a rather important game tonight for the history books. Back in 1970, the Dodgers beat the Giants 16-3. That's popped up. Arrubarena going out, waiting, and makes the catch. In fact, we'll make that 19-3 in 1970. So the margin of victory was 16. Tonight it is 17-0. And that would be the Dodgers' largest margin of victory against the Giants since coming west in 1958. So it has been a big night. However, it'll be all on the line again tomorrow. And here's Adam Duvall. Fastball strike, 0-1. 17 runs, 24 hits, and 1 error for the Dodgers. No runs, 5 hits, 2 errors for the Giants. Fastball. And the blue has certainly been heard from. They're enjoying every minute of it, and you can understand that. Just turned the clock back 24 hours, and it was the orange and black having a ball. 0-2. So tomorrow, 1 o'clock, Clayton Kershaw for the Dodgers, Yusmeiro Petit for the Giants. And then remember, on Monday the 22nd, start another 3-game series with the Giants at Dodger Stadium. And that will do it. Duvall strikes out, and mercifully it has ended. So the Dodgers win a big one. Their lead is back to 2 games, and they could actually increase tomorrow from 2 to 3 and leave with a bigger lead than when they got here. The time of game, it seemed excruciating for the Giants. Time of game, 3 hours and 15 minutes. Well, we've said it enough. We're going to look forward to a chat with you tomorrow. It ought to be a dandy. We'll talk to you then. Right now, we'll wish you all a very pleasant good evening, everybody.